the Barney suits. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. We are going to be working on this look. It's been a minute since I've actually taught makeup, so I'm gonna do my best to do that again. I already did my brows, as you can see. Hopefully my camera is focusing, hopefully. So like I said, I already filled in my eyebrows, so I'm gonna go ahead and just clean up underneath them. And I'm using a flat round brush to do this because I find that these kind of brushes are just easier to use around the eyebrow, especially if my eyebrows are curved. But you can use any kind of concealer brush that you like. And I'm gonna bring this down the upper side of the bridge of my nose, so that when I put on my primer and eyeshadow and stuff, I don't have any lines of demarcation between my base makeup. And I'm not using a lot of concealer, by the way. Also gonna go ahead and get rid of that little tail right there. To blend this out, I'm just gonna use this brush. I think it's called Conceal My Secrets from Makeup of the Day Cosmetics. And I'm tapping this in so that I get that coverage. The tapping helps build up the product in the area where you want it to stay. If you want to fade it out, you'll just sweep your brush across that area instead. Just pay attention to where you're doing this so you don't wind up with any patches in your makeup. And boom. All right, moving on, I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. This is my favorite eyeshadow primer, especially for heavier eyeshadow looks. So when I'm wearing a bunch of colors, cut creases, all of that, I actually think I used a little too much, but it's okay because I'm gonna blend it out. But yeah, so same thing with the primer. I like to tap my primer in so that I get a nice even base. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off my brush though, because like I said, I did put down a little too much. So I tap it into my eyelid first, and then I go up into my concealer. If you're not bringing your eyeshadows up this high and your primer is white, you know, not the same color as your concealer, just be mindful and make sure that you're blending them together so that you don't have like white up here where you're not putting eyeshadow. And I'm also doing a tap and drag motion. So I'm tapping the edges, but I'm also dragging them, pulling down while going up. It sounds way more complicated than it is, but as you can see, I'm doing it fairly quickly. Now, if I'm being completely honest with y'all, I have no idea what I'm doing with my eyeshadow today. I really don't. And you know what? It's funny because back when I used to film these makeup tutorials all the time, I always would sit down and be like, I don't know what I'm doing today. But I did pull two palettes. So these are the two palettes that I pulled. This is the Norvina Volume 1 Pro Pigment palette, and then this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Fall Romance palette. I do know that I wanted to try to match my nails. And let's see if the camera will focus. This is what my nails look like. Real cute. There's a lot of colors going on. Real soft, real springy. This palette, in my opinion, matches my nails pretty... Hold on. Yeah, matches my nails pretty well. So I'm just gonna dip and dab, and I do know that I'm going to start Smokey with some color. I'm gonna start off with the shade Crimson. So I only put it on one side of my brush. The other side of my brush does not have eyeshadow, and I'm gonna lay this color flat on the outer corner of my eye, and I'm tapping it in instead of sweeping it in. The tapping motion is pretty consistent across the board when it comes to applying makeup. The more you tap, the more pigment and opacity you're gonna get with your colors, whether that's cream or powder products, even liquid. And I'm tapping this into my crease, bringing it all the way in, because I want the depth, honey. When I say I want depth, I want depth. While I'm doing this, I'm also making sure to sort of initiate the shape that I'm going to be blending this out into. That way I don't have to add or take away any products. Once I've got this where I want it, I'm going to go to the outer corner because I like to bring mine out. And I'm going to very gently tap the edges so I can soften them with this same brush. If you find that you picked up too much eyeshadow, just wipe your brush off and then continue this blending process. The more you do it, the faster you'll get at it too. So now what I'm doing is I'm tapping and pulling the color down while raising my brush up. Same thing I did with the primer. And what this is going to do is it's going to gradually move this color up where I want it to be without me having a super harsh line. Now, if you do like, you know, geometric eyeshadow shapes that are a little more on the defined side, there's nothing wrong with that, but we are blending today, honey. Now that I've got the shape that I want, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. And I'm taking my brush, same side where there's only color on one side, and I'm blending in the direction I want the eyeshadow to go. I'm also blending as wide or as far as I want it to go. So if you don't want your eyeshadow out here, your brush should not be swinging. Okay, don't swank if you can't hang. I'm gonna go ahead and fan this out right up in here and then blend it out over here as well. This is a nice color. I feel like it's not as vibrant as I perhaps want everything to be, but it definitely does have the depth that I'm looking for if I build it up. There's this color in here called Mulberry that I really want to use in the Fall Romance palette. I kind of just want to see what it's going to look like, so I'm going to sweep this into my crease instead. Now this color is I want to say an old school shimmer shade. Like, it's not quite glittery, but it's also not flat, but it is matte, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna blend this into my crease just because I like how warm it is, and I feel like it complements the brown tones that are in my nails. So I'm just sweeping it across the color that I already applied. My mirror tilted down, I can't see. And then I'm gonna bring it out and over that color. Fun thing about shimmers is they're very easy to blend out and sheer out, and they look really beautiful when they're layered on top of other eyeshadow finishes like matte shadows. Okay, so let's get back into this smoke, right? You know what? I think I actually want to build up the mulberry color a little bit more, but right up in here towards the inner part of my crease. So what this is gonna do is it's going to give me a lot of depth, like a lot of depth, which I personally love because I have plenty of space on my eyelid to create shapes. So I'm doing these light sweeping motions to blend out the color near the bridge of my nose, because again, I don't want it to be harsh. I want the depth, but I don't want it to be harsh. I'm going to take this pencil from Urban Decay. This is my favorite black eyeliner, and I'm going to sweep it across my outer corner. We're getting into these jewel tones in a moment, and so I want a really nice base to make sure that the colors that would not normally stand out on their own pop. And I'm using a MAC, I think this is a 217 brush, that's what it says, a 217 brush to blend these out. This brush is synthetic, by the way. I think all of their brushes are synthetic now and have been for a while. I'm sweeping this outward, again, blending in the direction I want the color to go. And just remember too, whenever you're applying black eyeshadow, black eyeliner that you're gonna blend out, apply it way lower than where you were gonna wind up blending it out. That way when you do go to blend it, it's not way up here because you placed it exactly where you want it instead of below that area. Trust me, it'll make it way easier to use black eyeshadow and eyeliner. I feel like we're getting somewhere now. Right now I'm torn between using the color Midnight and the color Divine. This is Midnight and this is Divine. See, this is why I don't be playing with colors that I normally don't be playing with. First color I'm going to pick up is Divine, and that's because I want to see what it looks like. I'm using this brush from Thrive Cosmetics. This is their eyeshadow lid brush is what it says. And I'm just going to pop this right. Oh, that's beautiful. I really hope that my camera is picking up this gosh darn color, because y'all see that? This reminds me of those suits that I used to see older women wearing to church, baby. The purple suits, baby. The Barney suits. I'm just putting that everywhere because it's so pretty. I can't help myself. What I'm gonna do now is slowly blend this out. I'm actually gonna take it into my crease as well, because on camera this is going to look really, really beautiful when I take my macro shots. By the way, y'all, I'm not filming with my Nikon right now. I'm filming with my volume camera because I need a monitor in order to shoot makeup tutorials like I used to. And my TV is behind me instead of in front of me like it used to be. Also, this TV is huge. So I'm gonna have to get a monitor. So y'all bear with me on that. But I'm sweeping this across, and I'm using a very light hand because I don't want to create a line of demarcation. What I am going to do though is take that same brush from earlier, and I'm going to basically get rid of that line that I made. And I'm doing sweeping motions in this direction instead of that way because I actually want to create a nice little shapy poo. Like a little bit of definition, but not so much that it's noticeable. I want to be able to see that definition from different angles. Like so, like that. And if you are the kind of person who doesn't want to have that, just go ahead and, which I might as well do it too, just go ahead and sweep the eyeshadow in the direction that you want it to go so that everything blends together. Unless you are creating a definite shape, like I said. Ooh, girl, we are winging it at this point. My goodness. Snatched. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Midnight. So I'm gonna put it right here. And what I'm gonna do, instead of letting it take over the lighter purple, is I'm going to mix them together. And the way that I'm doing that is using a synthetic brush, and I'm going in circular motions. And then once I get that eyeshadow where I like for it to be, I'm gonna go up and pull down at the same time. I'm being really, really gentle. What this is gonna do, because the colors are similar in shade and formula, is it's gonna give me some dimension. Some depth, without totally consuming the other purple. But you do want to be careful when you're doing this because, like I said earlier, metallic eyeshadows are super easy to blend, which makes it easy to accidentally have one take over the other. And if you do find that that's happening, just go ahead and pick up some more of the color that you originally put down and blend it into the other one. Get that pop going right back where it's supposed to be. I like that. It did give me depth. I like that. All right, so now we can move on and put on the brighter colors. So the first one that I'm gonna pick up is the shade Crown. It has this green, ugh, look at that. It's so pretty. And yes, I am using the same brush from Thrive Cosmetics. With this shade, what I wanna do is blow it out. I want to see sparkles. I want to see color. I want it to do its thing. So I'm going to sweep this across my crease, and then I'm pulling down and going upwards to sort of blow it out. Now, this color is not going to take over the entire look, actually. It's just giving me the hint of green that I want, like what's in my nails. The color that's actually going to take over the look is Fireside from the same palette. And I'm tapping it in because this shade is a little bit more of a foil. And so foil eyeshadows typically apply best with a finger, if I'm being completely honest, or an applicator that simulates the skin, so like a rubber applicator. Last but not least, I'm gonna take a little bit of smoke and I'm gonna put it down here just because I want to see what it looks like. I think I know what this is missing, and I believe it's just the purple being a little bit more prominent, more dominant. So I'm gonna take a pencil brush. This is from Juno & Co. I don't even know if they still exist as a brand anymore, but you can use any pencil brush. And I'm gonna sweep the lighter purple Divine across my lash line. That's what it was missing. So now what I have is, I have the lighter purple in the outer corner, I have it sweeping across my lash line, and then I have this depth right here with the darker purple. And the lighter one is called Divine, by the way, Divine. I am going to pick up a little bit of Midnight just to make sure that we are blending into each other. Yeah, that's what it was missing. I'm also going to take my blending brush and I'm going to sweep away my cut crease. I know, y'all. Who is she? I actually used to do this all the time with glitter. I'm blending it up and out because I want that shimmer to take over the entire eye. It's artistic. And just to cap off the whole purple look, I'm gonna take a little bit of Moonlight and I'm gonna put it right here. So I'm gonna blend this out and up and into those other shades that I used right here. There we go. Now we have the green, the golds, the browns, the purples, and nothing is really taking over. So the main jewel, which is the same thing on my eye or on my nails, the main jewel, which is the purples, are really getting to be front and center. Okay, so I wanted to say too, because you guys are not going to get to see this, these are the lashes that I'm going to be wearing. These are called E2. They're from an AliExpress seller that I used to buy from all the time. They have a really nice curl to them. Scoot up. So this is the final look. Like I said, hopefully my camera is in focus, hopefully. I went ahead and just reflected the colors in my crease on my lower lash line and put on some mascara. I already told y'all where the lashes are from. The mascara I used is this one from Too Faced. They're Better Than Sex mascara. At first, like when I was putting on all the colors, I was not feeling the look as much as I wanted to, but now I'm feeling the look. I am, now that I've got the lashes and everything. And that just goes to show what they like to say, trust the process, go with the flow, see how it goes. And it worked out for me, and hopefully it works out for you. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it or learned anything, don't forget to comment down below and let me know. Give this a thumbs up and subscribe, and then go check out some of my other videos, because why not? Why not? I'm gonna see y'all later, whether that's on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok if it's not banned.